Hi, I'm B.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sen.
Our grandfather's written a book for children explaining what it's like to be a cat, because cats aren't little furry humans.
He spent over 30 years studying how cats understand the world they live in because it's not quite the same as ours. Then he wrote everything he'd learned in a book for grown-ups called Cat Sense that's been read by hundreds of thousands of people all around the world, and now he's written a book for us.
He wrote this book so that children who already have a cat or are about to get a kitten know the difference between a cat on the internet and a real living, scratching, meowing cat.
The internet is full of pictures and videos of cats. Unfortunately, most of these videos are there just because they look cute and don't have much in common with real cats.
The book tells a story of the day in the life of a black and white cat called Libby. She's 4 years old and lives with a teacher called Miss Lewis and her adopted daughter May. Libby is adopted too because a long time ago Miss Lewis found her in the street outside her house. She got there by mistake in the back of a builder's van.
The cats live in a slightly different version of the world to ours.
For example, they can see in the dark and their eyes work mainly in black and white, not so much colour. Everyone knows that dogs have amazing sense of smell. Not many people realise that cats do too, and they talk to one another by leaving their scent behind wherever they go.
Some people think that cats are selfish animals, but they really do love their owners. One way this shows is by putting their tails upright when they see us and rubbing it around our legs, just the same as when one cat friend sees another cat friend.
It's true that cats aren't as friendly as dogs, but that's because they have different priorities. Cats need to be sure that they have a safe place to live before they can show anyone they like someone. They'll get anxious when they're away from their familiar territory, but dogs will follow their owners wherever they go. That's why dogs like going for walks, and most cats don't.
There's loads of other fascinating facts about cats in this book. For example, why do cats have raspy tongues? Where do they keep their second noses? Why do they scratch furniture and how to stop them doing it? Who can run faster, cats or Usain Bolt?
Meow, I'm Marcy, another one of Dr. Bradshaw's granddaughters. He's going to read you some of his book while me and my friend Lizzie play with her kitten.
Chapter 2, Lost and Found. Libby the cat lives with a schoolteacher. Everyone at school calls her Miss Lewis, so that's what she'll be called in this book. Miss Lewis lives with Libby and her adopted daughter, Mavis, or May for short. Libby won't care what we call either of them. Cats aren't big on names. It was Miss Lewis who gave Libby her name. Miss Lewis had thought about getting the cat for a long time, but she always seemed to be too busy, what with teaching and marking and going on walking holidays with her friends and one thing and another, and that was all before May came along. Then one day she noticed a skinny cat skulking around at the end of her garden. The next day the cat was there again, and this time she meowed at Miss Lewis. The meow sounded as if it might mean, "Feed me!" and Miss Lewis was thinking of having a tin of tuna for her supper anyway, so she went indoors and opened the tin and put some on a saucer. A few minutes later she realised she'd have to change her plans for supper because the cat had eaten the lot. Once the food was gone, the cat ran off again, but the next day she came back for more food, and the next day, and the next. Soon Miss Lewis and the cat became friends and started sitting in the garden together, though Miss Lewis wouldn't let her in the house because she was worried that the cat must have a proper owner somewhere nearby. But the cat kept on coming back, so one day Miss Lewis got out her phone and took a photo of her. That night she printed lots of copies of the photo onto a poster that said, "Is this your cat?" And the next day she pinned them up all around the neighbourhood. But no one replied. The cat was genuinely lost. So Miss Lewis decided she would adopt the cat herself.
And there's lots of useful advice too, such as how to train your cat to use a cat flap, the games cats like to play with their humans, where cats like being tickled and where not so much.
When you read this book, you know a lot more about what cats are thinking.
And how to make your cat happy.
So you can have fun together.